Ontario police are investigating a letter that was sent to a mother and grandmother of an autistic child. Karley Begley has been talking to the press about it, and it's a hideous letter that calls for basically the death of this autistic kid. It's disgusting. So I want to read you just some bits and pieces of the letter so you guys get a sense of how bad it was. The letter was sent anonymously, so right now the authorities are trying to investigate to figure out who it is. But again, at this moment, we don't know who it is. It says, I also live in this neighborhood and I have a problem. You have a kid that is mentally handicapped and you consciously decided that it would be a good idea to live in a close proximity neighborhood like this. You selfishly put your kid outside every day and let him be nothing but a nuisance and a problem to everyone else with that noise, polluting wailing he consistently makes. That noise he makes when he is outside is dreadful. It scares the hell out of my normal children.
Now, look, at the very beginning of the letter, as she's talking, it seems like here's someone who's just lost her mind, or we can't tell, it could be his mind, that I'm so bothered by that noise, I can't take it anymore. And they've written a horrible letter they shouldn't have written. But then you realize, as soon as she gets to, it bothers my normal children, that, and I'm going to assume it's a she for now, I don't know why, it's just for the sake of simplicity, okay? Then you realize, no, this is not a person who got so irritated that they got driven to write this letter, which wouldn't justify it at all. It's a really deeply bad person.
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to get a lot more evidence of that in a second.
He is a nuisance to everyone and will always be that way. Who the hell is going to care for him? No employer will hire him, no normal girl is going to marry or love him, and you are not going to live forever. They should take whatever non-retarded body parts he possesses and donate it to science. What the hell else good is he to anyone? You had a retarded kid, deal with it properly. What right do you have to do this to hardworking people? I hate people like you who believe just because you have a special needs kid, you are entitled to special treatment. God, go live in a trailer in the woods or something with your wild animal kid. Nobody wants you living here and they don't have the guts to tell you. Do the right thing and move or euthanize him. Either way, we are all better off.
You know, I'm tempted to go line by line. Like, what the hell is she supposed to do? The person taking care of the kid with autism. I'm sorry, is he bothering you? I'm supposed to live in the woods? This is my house. What do you want me to do, right? But we don't have to go line by line. This person's an animal, right? So it's so sad that there are people like this out there, and they basically make people with kids like that feel even worse. And to me, one of the things that I took away from this was I felt so bad for whoever this person is, their kids.
I know.
Because whoever has an autistic kid, I'm sure that they love him and they're playing with him outside apparently every day, and it's like they're in a loving relationship, and the autistic kid probably is, I would imagine, given that it seems like a loving relationship, fairly happy, right? The kids of this miserable person, I feel terrible for them.
Definitely. And so there is an important question to ask because authorities are looking at this as a possible crime. So would you consider this a crime, regardless of how, hideous, how hateful, just how discriminatory it is? Mm-hmm. I mean, would you prosecute this woman for what she has written?
Never. Look, they're in Canada, they're not in the US, there's different laws, but I believe in freedom of speech. You're allowed to be the most heinous person there is. You're allowed to be a Nazi. You're allowed to believe whatever the hell you want to believe. And unfortunately, yes, you can voice that, not unfortunately, fortunately, because it has positive consequences. This happens to be a very negative consequence. You can voice that to your neighbors. So we can't stop you from being a douche. Now, there will be other consequences, I imagine, if they find out who it is in the neighborhood. They'll probably get shunned. The other neighbors probably aren't that happy about this kind of disastrous person living in their neighborhood.
They're not. They've banded together in support of the autistic kid. So I'm really happy about that. At least the neighborhood seems like it's a kind, loving neighborhood. They just have like this one crazy lunatic who's going rogue.
Yeah. So no, I absolutely would not criminalize it. I wouldn't put her in jail. Believe me, she lives in her own private misery to begin with.
That's very true.